Okay, so it's time for an update. And I see I have a car going by. Anyways, hi everybody. It's time for an update. Um, just want to let everybody know we arrived safely back from Mexico. It was a fabulous trip of a lifetime, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Arrived back with my new traveling companion, little Chica. Uh, you will be seeing her. She's currently sleeping, and I'm not going to wake her up. So you will be seeing her in the upcoming videos, but not at the moment. Um, so the story about Chica was on the trip down. We stopped in an RV park and met some people, and it was a nice park. And on the trip back up, we stopped in the same park. Of course, we knew somebody there, and it was a inexpensive and really nice place to stay. But on the trip back up, when we came back in, we went to visit those people that we had met, and they had this cute brand new puppy, just absolutely adorable. And I got to play with the new puppy, and she slept on my lap for a little bit. And you know, everybody falls in love with puppies. So, come to find out, there were more puppies. There were 4 originally. They were abandoned there in the RV park. I guess people figure out that where there's an RV park and Americans are coming through, if they want to, they hope to have the puppies find a home, they will dump them near where there are people traveling through from Canada, America. Um, so out of the 4 puppies, the one that they adopted was the smallest, and there were 2 others that were still waiting for adoption. Actually, they had been adopted, and the people brought them back because they chickened out and were really concerned about bringing them across the border. And we went over there. Jim and I walked over there, and of course had to go see the puppies. And I fell in love with actually both of them. There's a little boy left and a little girl left, and they were both just absolutely adorable. So I had to pick one, and it was not easy deciding which one I wanted to bring home. The little boy was a little more relaxed and would be a good traveling partner, but again, the little girl was bouncy, and when you held her, she'd lick your face, and she was just absolutely adorable. So I ended up picking her and bringing her back across the border. You know, those other people didn't want to take her because they were concerned, and it was super easy bringing her back across the border. They didn't even ask a single question about her, but they were really concerned that I had a house plant and I was bringing it back across the border, and they took my house plant, but didn't ask a single question about a puppy. Well, there you go. It's not hard to bring a rescue animal back across the border, just for your information. And why are you saying that? Because why? And what? Really? Are you going to get up? Are you going to get out of bed? It's time. Let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. I did take little snippets of video on our trip back. We came back the same way we went down through San Felipe, but we stopped at a couple new places, and I had some awesome footage of stuff there, pictures, all that kind of thing. The bad news is I don't have, there goes the truck. Really? The bad news is I don't have that footage anymore. Um, footage, pictures, everything, poof, gone. Just disappeared. So, no final video of Mexico. Sad to say. But the updates are more in the realm of fixes. We traveled 1,000 miles down and 1,000 miles back, and that's a lot of mileage on this old rig. And not having a history of maintenance, yeah, there were some things that needed fixed by the time we got back, namely my brakes. When they go over the mountains down there, it's really straight up and straight down. There's even a slope that they call the slope from hell. And believe me, the name is accurate. So I want to thank Jim Bertrand and Dave and Ninette Tigner for helping me with getting the brakes fixed. It turned out to be a pretty big job because a few of the rotors needed replaced, and Jim Bertrand did all that work. And Dave and Ninette offered up the park that they were staying in. They had a 3-night free stay package where we could come in and take a look at the park, and we just did a little work on the side while we were exploring the park, and got all that taken care of, all new brake pads, everything. And I also want to thank Bob and Pearl of Next Exit for allowing me to park overnight in their driveway, and we had a great little visit, the 3 amigos, and got together with Bob and Pearl and had a nice little visit and dinner, and that was a lot of fun. Headed out to go see my son and daughter-in-law in Tucson, and by the time I got there, I realized that my fridge had shut off and it wasn't coming back on. I've had a little bit of trouble with it in the past. You know, every once in a while it'll shut off and I just turn it off and turn it back on, and it comes back on, but this time it wasn't going to come back on. So while I stayed with my kids, I unloaded everything and put it in their fridge and freezer. And then when I left there, Jim Bertrand and I had previously talked about going to this RV salvage yard that's in Phoenix, because we're both headed through that way. And we wanted to see if we could pick up some parts, awning. I need an awning for this window, and see what else we could find at this RV salvage place that I've heard about for years. So we planned to meet up anyway. So I figured, well, I'll have him take a look at the fridge when we get up to Phoenix and meet back up again. And yeah, fridge was dead, really dead. And luckily, the RV salvage place had a used fridge for a lot less than it would have cost to buy a new one or get a rebuild kit. So we went with that option. Boy, was that a nightmare, stuffing that fridge into this small space. So luckily the guys at Arizona RV Salvage helped load the fridge into my kitchen here, and we traveled on further north up to Snowbird Mesa, where we have lots of room to tear the old fridge out and put the new one in. And luckily Dave was here, so Dave helped out a lot. Thank you, Dave. And that was quite a chore getting that done. And because it was we took out a Norcold and put in a Dometic, there were some adjustments we kind of had to figure out. So that took a little bit of time and energy and muscle to get that all done. But it's done and it's working wonderfully. Then the generator decided to have a little tizzy fit, I guess. The generator decided that it didn't want to run while I was exercising it. It was kind of cycling and then it would die. And we figured it was not getting enough fuel to keep running, so it ended up needing a fuel pump. And while we were in there, we went ahead and put in a fuel filter as well. Thank you, Jim Bertrand. Again, that man has been so busy with my repairs lately. And this is just day after fix it after fix it. So, wow. So, I'm happy to say that the fridge is running wonderfully. The generator is running wonderfully. And the brakes are absolutely perfect. So, again, I want to really thank Jim Bertrand and Dave for doing everything that they have to help get me back up and running again. So thank you everyone, and everybody have a fantastic day. Bye.